In the 2025 NFL Draft, the New York Jets select Mason Taylor, tight end, LSU.
The fans seem to like it there. His dad, the Hall of Famer Jason Taylor, did briefly play for the Jets. Of course, more remembered.
With the 73rd pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the New York Jets select 𝐒𝐿𝐴zareyeh 𝐿𝐴zareyeh-𝐶omas, DB, Florida State. Represent, man, represent.
That's exactly right. 𝐒𝐿𝐴zareyeh grew up 2 hours from Tallahassee.
All right, so I'm going to make this quick, no editing. No extra stuff because I'm tired and I'm shot. But I'm really excited with how the Jets draft is going so far. Armand Membou in the first round, right tackle. Mason Taylor in the second round, tight end out of LSU. Those two players were the two positions of need for the New York Jets heading into this draft more than any other position. You know, yes, the Jets are going to need a defensive tackle. They're going to need a safety. They're going to need a wide receiver. There's other areas of need. But those were like the two most glaring ones. And you get an absolute stud in Mason Taylor at the top part of this draft. We heard from Tony Pauline that the Jets really wanted to get him at the beginning of the day. We were nervous. Teams were like moving around and things were happening. You're wondering which player is going to come off the board. Mason Taylor, obviously the Jason Taylor being his dad and having it's wild. The lineage and like the fatherly legacy connection, I feel like always bodes well for families, or at least it's like a leg up because this dude's been training since he was like born basically. And the picture of him as a kid when his dad was a New York Jet. Like Jason Taylor was one of the most hated Dolphins players for Jet fans. And then he becomes a Jet, 2009 or 2010, whatever it was. And like he pops off. So we see the kid in the Jet jersey. Like, it just warms my heart. Makes me feel good. And then we go into the third round. And we're not really sure what's happening. Kyle Williams winds up going pretty early. I shouldn't say pretty early, but there's like receivers are coming off the board right before us. A lot of fans want to see receiver. A lot of fans want to see safety. Dom and I on the Talking Jets draft show on Monday night, we've been talking about Azareye'h Thomas for a while. Dom was really high on him. I think he said he had him as his 18th highest rated player on his overall big board. And he's a 6'2" corner, like almost like a Sauce-esque type build. And I feel like it gives you a lot of flexibility to move Stevens over to the safety room. It gives you a little bit of, stability because losing DJ Reed is going to hurt. It's absolutely going to hurt. And at the very worst, I feel like from the third round pick on, you go best player available. And you keep need into some fashion. Like you it's not like you go for a total out of the box thing. But I feel like if you're drafting good football players, you're going to have opportunities. Like you don't necessarily know what the future holds. Who knows? Maybe something crazy happens and like Sauce, says, I want out of New York. Then you got a cornerback at least. But we got a young pair of cornerbacks. Like these guys are going to be together for like the next 4 or 5 years. This is really cool. The offensive line, 5 young dudes under the age of 27. Like can all be together for the foreseeable future if we really want to have them here. Simpson and AVT have 1 year left on their contract, but overall, like the Jets are building a pretty solid team. Mason Taylor, tight end 1. You got Jeremy Ruckert playing with his former college quarterback in Justin Fields. Like I'm feeling pretty decent about this offense right now. I still would like to see a speed demon type wide receiver. I think that's needed. I think someone that can take the top off of defense. It may just be like a specialty trait type of thing. Nick Nash is a name that a lot of Jet fans really like on day 3. I'd like to see a kicker, Ryan Fitzgerald, or the kid from Florida who's Borregales. So a kicker in the 6th round, I feel like if you can get the best kicker you possibly can, you lock him up for 4 years. He's not going anywhere for the 4 seasons. It's a cheap contract. How often do 6th round picks hit anyway? This guy's going to kick you a zillion points. And you're going to move off Zerline. So I really like the idea of going kicker late. I think into your offensive line. At this next pick, honestly, Miles Frazier and Joshua Farmer are the 2 guys that I would like to see. So what are the Jets pick? 110? Whatever. I think it's the 8th pick in this, whatever this round is. Miles Frazier, guard from LSU, and Joshua Farmer, D tackle from FSU, played with Jermaine Johnson at FSU. And when we sent Dom C down to the Senior Bowl this year, he was covering, talking to a bunch of people, and we got to see Joshua Farmer say that he wants to be a Jet. Like that's cool. That would be really neat to draft him here. And he's coming up. He's number 7 on the ESPN big board right now. So there's a few different things. The whole Shedeur Sanders thing is nuts to me. Like I feel like the whole league is just like didn't want to deal with whatever BS was thrown around. Like if he had a list of teams he didn't want to sign with, and there's like a spite almost. Like he's too good to be this far down the board for teams that are quarterback needy to be passing on him. Like this feels like they're like maybe they're gonna make him be the pick that Tom Brady was taken at because Tom Brady was his quarterback coach. He's gonna be like, oh, second coming, here he is, and then they're gonna draft him at that pick, or he's gonna be Mr. Irrelevant or curveball. He goes back to college. What if he's like, I'm gonna go and not play with my dad for a year? Can you do that? Like I don't know how the transfer portal works. But that's crazy. This draft is like absolutely nuts. But I'm happy with where the Jets are going. I feel like they're rounding out premium positions and really big areas of need. Like whether you think cornerback is a big need or not because of the Stevens contract, I think like at least it's a position of need. It's not like you had not that running back, but like there's value, right, in having a cheap cornerback contract that has a lot of upside. So I like where the Jets are headed. I'm going into next. We got 5 more picks. But like it's probably 8 hours of draft time live with the guys. It's gonna be a lot of fun. We got a lot of guests coming on. Dom C, I'm sure will be on. Tigo will be on. Jeremy will be on. We had Richie live from the draft today. That was cool. Mitchell, our first round pick from 92, gave us a Jets chant. That was friggin' nuts. Go back and check that out. It was awesome. Today was a good day. I'm happy. Guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. What do you think about our 2 draft picks from today? What do you think of the draft overall? And who do you want for tomorrow? And as always, go Jets.